Hello and welcome to the channel. This is Kelly's Wordy Reactions. And I want to just, first of all, thank you for stopping by. So I was looking around on um, YouTube, as I often do, and I saw a video, actually, an interview with Charleston White, where he was actually speaking about his involvement with Nesto, who is Shirley Strawberry's husband, if you're not familiar, but most people are. And then, of course, Shirley Strawberry is Steve Harvey's co host on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. So I ran across this interview where Charleston White was speaking about his involvement with Nesto, with Erica King. Charleston White is even going to explain that he feels that Shirley Strawberry is involved. Which all of this is his opinion. It's what's being alleged, and he even talks about being in contact with detectives. With the Roswell Police Department regarding this whole situation that he found himself um, being caught up in for a while. So we're going to go ahead and pick up on the interview. He does an interview with a platform called Say Cheese. So shout out to Say Cheese. And I appreciate you doing this interview, the folks over there at Say Cheese. And for our purposes, I'm just going to pick up on the portion of this over 2 hour interview. I'm just going to pick up on the portion of it where Charleston White is talking about his involvement with Nesto and with Erica King. So let's go into it. I'm going to stop and do some commentary because there's some very interesting things in here that he's explaining out that I feel like connect some dots. Then there's some other things in here that I was like, whoa, whoa, who are we talking about? Who are we talking about again? Um, if you hear some, if you hear some, as the talking goes on, if you hear some, what it sounds like voices, words being removed, uh, I'm going to do my best to edit this in such a way that there's not so much profanity because there is a ton of profanity in this thing. It'll be done in such a way that we still get the message of what he's saying. Um, anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into listening to this portion only of the interview, and it's a decent portion of the interview. Okay, here we go.
Atlanta, and I think it was some people was trying to like pimp on you.
Yeah, that was Shirley with the strawberry letter. Nesto. So it was a woman by the name of Erica King. I get a message one day. So I just got on Instagram, and my Instagram had shot to like 100,000. I hadn't even been on there like 45 days. That bitch shot up to 100,000.
Yeah.
And that shooting up. And this is all organically.
Yeah.
And I'm doing everything wrong. I'm posting like I'm on Facebook, long paragraph.
I'm like, yo, Charleston, stop posting the memes, dog.
Yeah,
I don't know. Pictures and
man, I'm Facebooking it like I'm on Instagram. So, I don't know. I'm Facebook king. So I don't know. So I get a message one day. Said, hey, how much would you charge me to be my life coach? So naturally, go look and see what the woman look like. You don't think what to charge. I want some. You say you want to charge, but to life coach, you'll take payment at first once y'all start liking each other, and that's what happened, right? So I meet this woman, we talk, and I didn't have an iPhone, so we talked through Messenger. So she said, James, something to James. So I said, man, I wonder who James is. She said, James, I'm getting on the elevator. I said, elevator? So that's what I'm saying to myself. Elevator? Man, I know they ain't got no house with an elevator. So she said, yeah, go live. I don't even want to show you. So they scamming me. I ain't blue nowhere. So they picked me, right? So the next conversation was, how soon can you come to Atlanta? We want to put you in media training. God damn it, I done made. Ooh, I'm on my...
Stop right there. How did he go from he was going to be her life coach to all of a sudden the next conversation she's asking him to come to Atlanta so she can put him in media training? See, that's the first big, huge, flapping red flag. You done started out lying to me. You made it seem like you got in touch with me. We connected. You have me thinking that I have something that you want to purchase. So, in the process of us talking about the thing that you want to purchase from me, we end up talking about what I'm going to purchase from you or what I'm going to get from you. Are you going to put me under some type of contract? So now I'm the one that's getting something from you. I didn't call you. I didn't call for you. I didn't send for you. I didn't know you. Like, what is going on here? So this, like, is the first problem. And apparently he's a pretty big content creator, but I've never listened to his content. Um so I heard that he had some issue with getting scammed. And so when I saw him talking about it himself, I was like, oh, okay, let's see what he is going to disclose about this whole situation himself. And this is a pretty new interview. It says 2 days ago. So I was like, okay, this has got to be interesting because this is coming from his actual mouth. And, he's gonna disclose what happened, or at least some things about it that happened. Um, Scamming is a big issue right now, and I'm assuming that with AI and technology, it's only going to become more of a problem. So this is really just about all of the teachable moments that we can get out of, a situation like what he's saying that he went through. All of this is alleged, and just taking what we can use and also learning a little bit, adding on pieces to the story. So, okay, let's get back into it. He has now he's excited because he's being, so he's gotten caught up in the money, the sound of money. He doesn't even see any money yet. He hears they're drawing a picture for him and he's seeing it. So he's getting excited about going to Atlanta. I don't know if they paid for him to come, but he's excited. He's like, oh man, things are starting to happen. He just got on Instagram and the wheels are already turning. So, okay, that's where we're going to pick up.
Man, so I had them dreads, I had them black. I put on my best outfit, Muhammad Ali, a cool outfit, all black. That was my best mother. That was my go-to outfit. Boy, I go up there looking dusty. with them princess cut diamonds in my mouth. She thought they were some old rusty golds until she saw me in person. She said, "Oh, you." So when I'm standing outside, little old country, first time in Atlanta, I'm on the phone with her. I said, she say she out here. Oh, I said, I know this ain't her fucking white fucking Rolls Royce with the fucking butler standing out there. She called and said, "Hey, I'm in the white car." I tell me, "Say, I called on the phone." She seen them Rolls Royce, man. Not come back home because I had been looking through the pictures.
Yeah.
And the pictures, you know, she had got the BBL, so she was looking good and fuck. Get in there, boy, she was dressed like the Atlanta housewife hoes look. You know, the love and hip hop hoes. You know how they got that look. So that's fascinating too, because we watch it on TV. Mm-hmm. And we in the Rolls Royce with a driver. And he opened the door and took the luggage. Man, I don't know. I ain't know what to do. So when we get to the house, it's a 3-story house. It's probably 1.82 million elevator in it. You got Bentley's, roll, all this in the driveway. I'm being scammed, but I don't know this.
Well, go ahead, my bad.
So she go upstairs and get out that fancy with all that jewelry on and come down with the loose booty shorts on, showing a nice BBL. And I damn near nut up. Cause I mean, man, I'm these fish, man, god damn. They rocking me to sleep. So that first night we chilled and kick it. She still working me over with the life coach shit. You know, with the praise and admiration. But putting everything in my face. What Shaka Zulu said, "How did you trap a monkey?" With shiny objects.
So at this point, somehow she still got him thinking that she's going to receive life coaching from him while he's thinking that he's also going to get some. This is the oddest exchange, but I'll just reiterate, things are supposed to be clear. You know, when there's an agreement, there it should come with clarity. This sounds confusing from the beginning, and it sounds like the reason why they got off the confusion is because he was surrounded by all of this luxury, right? Nesto's luxury lifestyle type of luxury. Now, he hasn't entered Nesto into the picture yet, but he's looking at all this luxury, and I think perhaps he's just not thinking about how confusing this is and how this doesn't really make much sense. Is she paying you for life coaching, or are you paying her for something? It's all very strange. Uh it 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 came across deceptive from the jump, but you know, it's still going over, and like I said, he's telling us it's going over because of the way that they're presenting everything. Okay, so let's keep going.
So that's how they trap us, homie, with these shine. They got me too. So so I stayed there like 3 days. I come back within probably a week later. So now they offered me a contract. But they trying to rush it so fast because I'm so green. I'm gang tight, but I don't know nothing about this industry shit.
Yeah.
So they running circles around me. So they had me sign a contract that was outdated. I don't know it's outdated at the time. They just rushed me to get me to sign it. So now I'm going through media training. So at that time, I probably had seen Nesto probably a couple times. So he come over, introduce himself. So he played real laid back and cool. He just been to the feds and everything. Handsome older with the gray beard that still can fuck the young hoe. And so Shirley with the strawberry letter, they pulling up the Bentleys and Rolls Royce. Nesto driving her. So I'm amazed by this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a motherfucking 3-story house, and they let me cap like this mine. Yeah, they let me, and every time I go upstairs, I got Fendi. So that's when you see me with the I got all this name brand. They rocking me to sleep. only to try to groom me to become Kevin Samuels, to be his, to go against him. So that was the whole.
That was the plan.
That was the plan. Yeah.
Okay, so in enters the plot, right? Okay, so the plot thickens here. So part of what they're talking to him about, or part or the full of what they're talking to him is, it sounds like uh I don't know, sort of like a scheme that they cooked up. Okay, we're gonna we're gonna ask him for life coaching, and then we're gonna get him here and pump him up and tell him how great he is and everything, and that really he can be the next Kevin Samuels, or he can oppose Kevin Samuels, and then he can go back and forth and get his popularity up even more. So that sounds like what they were presenting to him. Still very deceptive. um Still a lot of things going on behind his back that he didn't know about, which he's getting to. Um, and now he's entered Nesto into the picture. So all he's really said about Nesto is that he came, he sat, he was introduced, they met. Uh, it doesn't sound like Nesto was doing a whole lot of talking. It sounds like he was maybe there for like a prop, just like the car. He was as much of a prop, along with maybe Nesto driving Shirley through. Maybe he's telling her, oh, on the way to dinner we have to go and stop by here, and maybe she doesn't even know she's being used as a prop. These people were very diabolical. She's thinking she's, I don't know, just sitting out in the car while he takes care of uh some type of business, and the people in the house are looking out the window going, wow, you know, this, this is some prestigious stuff going on here. I'm visiting these people at this house with all of this type of money here, and then Shirley Strawberry's husband is driving up, and I see Shirley Strawberry out there. But if all of this is true, I believe that Nesto knew he was a prop. I believe that Nesto is only going to probably talk a lot to whomever he needs to talk to. And if Erica was doing Erica's thing, Erica's way, then he was going to let her do that and just come in and reinforce the game that she was running, just make her game look a little tighter and a little stronger. That's what I think his involvement is, because he doesn't really place him as the center of a lot of this, but he was there, he was around. But okay, here we go. Let's continue.
Yeah, they wanted me.
They told you that?
Yeah, they were grooming me. So if you meant in the beginning, I was attacking him.
Yeah.
I ain't know nothing about him. Had never watched none of his videos.
So Kevin Samuels.
I remember that.
So that second trip, she bring that champagne out with me. She bring that motherfucking high dollar Dom Perignon champagne out. We end up going downstairs to the bottom floor with a big ass mucking room, or a shower like a room. And nigga, we cut that radio on so James can't hear. I took coffee. I took them coffee up there and put that coffee on her. And boy, James heard everything rocking. Boy, that coffee, it blowed up bigger than what it's supposed to be. And that got a look on it. You hear me? That bitch look like that rhyme.
Coffee?
What? Let me show you. Yeah, I'm gonna get that rhyme. Now don't y'all go look at no rhyme. Now that coffee. This when you want to style and pro. So boy, I take up there and sprang her. I give you some. Yeah, but you get into it with your girl, you can smooth out everything. I ain't bullshit. Man, shit, you can like that without this here. But listen, so I put that on and sprang her. Now I don't know. James is an old, right, like 50-something years old. He playing butler. He don't touch nothing out the cabinet. She don't know what's in it. By James. So I'm saying, we got a butler. James that I beck and call. The whole game, James is really her hub. Nesto, everybody, man, you can't tell me Shirley with the strawberry letter wasn't in on it. Everybody running circles around me. So me looking now. Now she want to know how much money you say your wife gave you. I'm gonna buy. So I'm ready to call home and say, baby, listen, we gonna play like we getting a divorce. I can get about 100,000 out this bit. So now I'm hollering about playing. But I ain't playing. I'm thinking about leaving my wife to come be with this rich bitch. And yeah, I'm just gonna send you some money, baby.
So you walking all throughout the crib and you haven't met the husband yet?
Yeah.
So he's saying he's so impressed that he's about to turn himself into a sugar baby, uh, so that he can be her man and leave his wife. Well, he's already there. I don't know what excuse he gave his wife to go there without her, but he's already there cheating on his wife. Now he's considering leaving his wife because he thinks he's really hooked up with uh a rich affluent lady there in Atlanta.
James is the husband, but he playing the butler. Okay. I'm thinking James is the butler.
Okay.
James playing a hell of a role.
So you met him plenty of times.
He the one standing outside the door playing butler.
Bringing you the food.
He cooking, he waiting on hand and foot. And I'm plunging in his wife, and he up there playing like he got to go to work in the morning.
She younger than him?
Way younger than him. She younger than me. So and she was a nice looking chick.
He knew he was hitting that.
I will make it noise with that cow. Boy, you hear me? Boy, you ain't no silence with that now. She lying to me. Pressing so he had told her. So the next day she said we gotta be quiet. We went to the third floor this time. Cause he could hear her making noise on the bottom. So we went up to the third floor. So she laying all these out. So now she telling, say, look, show Sauce Walker this. That when Sauce Walker had just got his Rolls Royce or something. Mm. So she saying, show the D's on this. Tell Sauce Walker you can't get no Savage. So I went with Sauce. She laying out all the D's to the Lamborghini truck. Yeah, homie, they scamming. And I'm talking about that's big shit. So the homie PGF Shaw, the rapper, he booked me. He the first rapper booked me to do an intro and an outro on a song, that Statistics song. So she hollered at him. She set up the booking, $5,000. Boy, this is my first big payday. Man, that's all I gotta do a song. So he cashed out me $2,500. She take the other $2,500. But I'm here when I get the $2,500, right? So I'm supposed to get the other $2,500 when I get there. So when I get there, she trying to play lovey-dovey. Bitch, I want that $2,500. He said he gave. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she trying to play lovey-dovey. So I think it was All-Star Weekend. That's when me and Shannon Briggs met for the first time. We kick it like bucket KOD. I don't give her none of that call. Boy, I met that motherfucking KOD. With that sitting at the bar, trying to knock me something. Done left her back here, right? So when I come back, I don't give her that coffee, and I got the Uber to the airport. I'm saying, say, man, where that $2,500 at? And go crazy. Oh, you think you ain't gonna you finna go with your wife? Man, where that $2,500 at? Get out my house. Mm. And the bitch go to tripping. I was out on bond for that aggravated assault shit with the deadly weapon with half a body. So I had to play it real cool.
So he's saying that ultimately he's saying that he got a gig with a rapper to do an intro and an outro. So he's supposed to be paid $5,000 for the intro and the outro. He gets $2,500 up front, it sounds like, and then he's gonna get the other $2,500 later, or after he does the recording. And instead of him getting it, the money was sent to Erica. Erica keeps the money. I don't know if he's saying she kept it because he didn't go through with the relations that she felt like he was supposed to be having with her, or what the situation was, but she kept the 2500. So that was a problem. Okay.
A bombman had this address, because this is why the bombman got me checking in there with my GPS shit. So the bitch hollering, get out. I said, oh, this one of them kind of hoes. And just try to kick my suitcase. And damn near fall down the stair. Man, I hear you up run out damn half while I catch one of them bullshit domestic violence. Yeah, I ain't one of them kind of nigga. So as I'm going outside, James coming in saying, what's wrong? Man, it's crazy. So I hit Shannon Briggs, I Uber to KOD, party with the guy all night long. And so I burn out. And so I don't hear from her no while. So now, this where the come. You signed to a contract. So she talking about she go sue me, they go do this and all this other shit.
So this is another interesting point. He's talking about his contract. And where else have we heard about contract with Nesto? So there's an alleged victim where Nesto has some charges, and Nesto had the victim sign a contract. So in this situation, they've already had Charleston White, or Erica allegedly has had Charleston White sign a contract. So there's definitely some parallels here that are interesting and I think really worth um, looking at. Now, he's going to talk further and he's going to say some stuff that I don't know. I couldn't I couldn't corroborate um, some of the things that he's going to say later. But there's some interesting details here. There's definitely, we can already see some things that just really line up. The Rolls Royce, the luxury cars in the driveway, so you can see all the luxury cars when you roll up, the very nice expensive homes that, oh, the documents, the deeds that he's showing, and we already know Erica King is connected to having all these things in her possession when the police came to falsify documents. So there's some things that are really, really lining up here. Couple things, not so much, but let's finish this out.
And she hollering she pregnant. Yeah, then she hollering she pregnant. So we meet up in Miami.
So Erica tells him she's pregnant.
Go to a few resorts. Uh that cock fucker, you hear me? You can't give him that cock and then don't come back with that fucking wet noodle piece, you hear me? Yeah, go to tripping. Yeah, they go think you been. Yeah, cause that month, yeah. So we get into it in Florida. We part ways. And I don't see her for a while. So the playing like she pregnant.
Trying to keep you around.
Yeah, playing like she don't know I'm a rock fuck. I got these two right here to make up for I don't know. So she's sending me pictures and shit, all that she done been to the delivery room. So I'm playing cold hearted. She doing all it. So we lose contact. I don't know her and Nesto. That's how I lost my first YouTube channel. They hit me for like 20,000 out of my bank account because the contract that they had, you get your ID, like a real job, you're 1099. So they got my information. I'm looking through the contract thinking they really got me. I said, man, it's outdated. Y'all tried to do something slick and act up and gave me one of y'all old outdated contract for it. But they so cold.
That's another thing that lines up with Erica and Nesto, because they don't cross their T's and dot their I's, so to speak, when they're doing a lot of stuff like this. And we've seen this with Erica going to court, with Erica going to court as uh as the lawyer and not um she went to court as the lawyer and didn't bother to read, know, and understand that Shirley did not qualify for no COVID relief program. She made too much money, way too much money. And so this does seem to fall in line with the way that they don't necessarily uh, look into all the details when they're falsifying the falsification of it all. They don't necessarily um, pay attention to details. So that also sort of lines up.
They don't went and created a fake marriage certificate like me and this bitch married. So that's why you see when she was on Tasha K, she was saying I'm her wife. When she was doing all this.
Now this is what I couldn't find. I never seen no Erica King. I looked for it and looked for it. Now he's saying Erica King went on Tasha K and said she was married to Charleston White. I couldn't find it. I don't know who he's talking about now. He lost me right here. But I mean, if you know about it, put it down in the comments. But I did look for it and I don't know who he's talking about. And we're still talking about Erica King and Nesto. So he hadn't switched people in here anywhere. But this whole part right here, he lost me.
Interviews on YouTube saying I'm her wife, like me and my wife ain't really married. Man, they had a marriage certificate. Not only that, me and her and Nesto were creating fake judgments against me, like the court was putting judgments out against me. So they're playing like she was in law school. She graduated from Auburn. So these ain't in Nesto. So they done created fake judgment, sending it to my bank, snatching the money, getting YouTube to give the money over here.
This is not too far fetched. This part right here, that's not too far fetched. If you'll have seals, um, and things for what do you call it? Notary seals. If you'll have fake notary seals and um, it was a lot of things that were found in the house that the police ultimately went to and raided for Erica King's house. There were a lot of things that had to do with fraud, falsification, notary seals, lots of things to let the authorities know that they had been doing a lot with regard to fraud. So this is another portion that really, really ties in with the types of things that Erica and Nesto have been accused of.
As my wife. Man, they got a mean game. Not only that, they done went and created non-profits in my name. Cause I got a great reputation in the non-profit world. So they got me. So I don't know none of this happening. I ain't I ain't talked to them. Yeah. And so I ain't talked. So I get booked for Young Jock's morning radio show. Me and Shouty talking on her. I'm telling this story. He said, man, that sound like this got me. I said, yeah, man, that sound like the same got me. We talking on her saying this. So we like, man, it got to be the same. Man, I take me this same. So, man, they done try to take Shouty mama house. They done got a new NFL recruit. So they got a whole bunch of them. But what really happened, they got an elder prominent woman in Atlanta and took her house and many other properties. So right after me and Shouty have this conversation on live in air in Atlanta, a news report come out. So they had got arrested like last year in June or July, but they didn't put it on the news or nothing until like October or November of that year, right when I had my first comedy show. So I'm reading the paper. I said, man, Erica King, Nesto. I said, man, I know them. So I hit my Atlanta partner. I said, man, I know them. The detectives and the FBI had already been trying to contact me. They just couldn't find me. So I had lost my ID, so I thought in KOD ran the play on me to get my wallet. So you know what I'm saying? So I go to Caldwell County, meet with the detective.
I think he
Yeah,
means
man,
Roswell.
they did a number. So they got me for probably over some hundreds.
Damn.
So yeah. Shout out to Shirley with the strawberry letter, Raglad Hub and Nesto. So they put it on the news. They stay in jail. So I think here recently, Nesto just got released not too long ago, and then he got rearrested for when they got his computer. He probably had, I think, some
Okay,
going on or
so
something. So yeah, man, he'll they'll ride. But it taught me don't let nobody handle you. You don't sign no agent. Me.
all right, so sounds like he got the teachable moment out of there. So like I said, there were some things that don't quite line up. What he said at the end kind of lets me know that he doesn't necessarily follow this close to the letter. He thinks Nesto was um released, or I think he thought that maybe Nesto got out on bond and got rearrested or something like that. He's definitely not following this case really closely. It's not something that he's watching to see what happens. I'm pretty sure he will want to know what happens when this thing finally closes out, however it's gonna go. But he's not really looking at it uh, you know, line by line and fact by fact, because we all know that Nesto has been, ever since he got arrested, he's been being held in either Fulton County or Cobb County, and he has not been able to get out since then. Now, of course, to date, Nesto has bonds on all of his charges and cases and what have you. So if he can raise the money, then he can bond out. Um, so he has, I counted 405 plus 16, no, 405 plus 14. So that's $419,000. So it seems like all in all, if there's no other fees or charges or anything else, it would be a grand total of $419,000 bond, and potentially whatever the percentage is. Um, I don't know. I don't know if that means he needs to come to the bonding company with that amount or come to the court with that amount, or if he could pay a percentage of that to a bondsman, a bonding company. So so whatever the case is, if he's able to come up with the funds um and somewhere to be released to on bond, an address, a good dwelling, then he can get out on bond. So we don't really know. Also, we don't really know if that is happening or has happened. I have not heard anyone report that that has happened, and as well, on top of that, he does have some other warrants in um, at least one other county in Georgia, and I know there's something in California as well, but the California courts don't want him unless he's in California. The one county in Georgia, they might want to come and pick him up and have him deal with his charge over there prior to being released from Cobb County, where he's being housed right now. So, so that's, he does have a lot going on with bonds and all that sort of stuff. So I can kind of see why somebody who's not following it closely wouldn't know. But at the same time, if someone had, if I was their victim, and they had done a crime against me, I think I would be following to see what was coming up, what's going on, what's what. So, anyway, there you have it. You heard it yourself. Um, I wasn't in a good position to do this on my laptop, so that's why I just use my phone and my iPad. So I hope that just listening to everything um, was still gave you a good idea of how his interview was. Um, Basically, it looked like the interviewer, say Cheese, um, the content creator, it looks like they were at Charleston White's house or his content house. I don't know. I don't know if that was his home or not. It looked like someone's living room, but I don't know. Maybe that's Charleston White's studio. Um, but yeah, I'll go ahead and put up a couple photos and let those roll throughout the interview. Um, but that is the interview, and if you want to hear it again or see it in its entirety, go over to Say Cheese. Shout out to the folks over there at Say Cheese. We appreciate you for getting this interview with Charleston White to help all of us Shirley Strawberry Nesto watchers to put a little couple more pieces together in our puzzle. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of your way. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you've subscribed lately or if you've been a long time subscriber, I just want to tell you thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. I just hopped over the 1K mark in subscriber count. So I certainly, truly, truly, truly appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for subscribing, staying subscribed, rocking with me this whole way. And I just look forward to lots more content to get into and just, a lot more enlightening topics where we can look at things and examine them, analyze them, learn what we can learn, get what we can get. And go on about our business being smarter, wiser, hopefully, and just enriched with more information. So, once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.